Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. Myself Tanya and my team members are Tanvi and Ambika. Our presentation is titled International Leadership, a comparative analysis of Shantanu Narayan and Reshma Sojani. These are our two leaders that we have taken for our presentation. The main goal of this presentation is to critically evaluate how Narayan and Sojani apply leadership theories, particularly the transformational and path goal models, to achieve success in every distinct settings. Next slide, please. Here is our table of content. Next slide, please. And here is our executive summary. To summarize our research and findings, this presentation provides a critical evaluation of international leadership through the lens of two exceptional figures, Shantanu Narayan and Reshma Sojani, who operate in very different yet globally relevant environments. As the founder of Girls Who Code, Reshma Sojani, she embodies transformational leadership which centers around inspiring followers through vision, motivation, and individualized consideration. Sojani's international impact lies not only in corporate profits but in social transformational, mobilizing global conversations about gender equality and representation. Now, looking at Shantanu Narayan, we see a contrasting but equally effective model of leadership. As CEO of Adobe, Narayan is known for his authentic and transformational leadership style. He is transparent, ethical, and deeply committed to innovation. Under his leadership, Adobe shifted from selling packaged software to a subscription based cloud platform, a transformation that required not only strategic foresight but also the trust and alignment of thousands of employees worldwide. Uh, Despite these differences of both the leaders, exemplify the core principle of effective international leadership, a clear sense of purpose, the ability to inspire others, and the adaptability to navigate cultural and organizational complexities. Now, I would like to invite Tanvi for the next slides.
Thank you, Tanya. Now let's start about the introduction of Shantanu Narayan. Shantanu Narayan, originally from Hyderabad, India, has been the CEO and the chairman of Adobe since 2007. He is one of the respected and reputable figure in the global technology industry, known for combining deep technical understanding with exceptional business acumen. Narayan's education journey reflects this balance: a bachelor's in electronics engineering from um, Osmana University, master's in computer science from Bowling Green State University, and MBA from US Barclays. When he took over as CEO, Adobe was best known for products like Photoshop and Acrobat, sold in physical boxes. But under Narayan's vision, Adobe underwent a remarkable transformation, shifting from cloud-based subscription model known as a Creative Cloud. This bold strategic change has not just about technology, it was about redefining Adobe's identity as a digital experience company. Today, Adobe is valued at over $100 billion and stand as a leader in AI creativity, and digital marketing tool. What makes this journey even more impressive is how Narayan balanced technological innovation with human centered leadership. His career is a perfect example of how leadership can reinvite an organizational identity in a fast changing digital world, ensuring both sustainability and growth. Next slide, please. Critical discussion of style, Shantanu articulates a clear long term vision for Adobe future while ensuring that his vision is supportive but actionable strategies. His core belief that manifesting the state quo is not a winning strategy reflects his proactive and forward thinking mindset. Under his leadership, Adobe was cultivated a multi-centered culture, one that value creativity, inclusion, and continuous learning. This approach has not only derived innovation but also positioned Adobe as one of the most admirable and desirable workplace globally. Overall, Narayan leadership exemplifies the essence of transformational leadership where inspiration is shared, vision goes hand in hand with empowering employees. Next slide, please. Yeah, of course, mm, transformational changes is never easy, and Narayan leadership journey was not without challenges. When Adobe shifted from selling packaged software to cloud-based subscription model, the transition required major cultural and structural changes. Internally, some employees restricted the shift, fearing job changes and skill mismatch. Externally, customer initially criticized the subscription model, viewing it as less conventional or more expensive than traditional software ownership. These are the classic issue in traditional in transformational leadership. When a visionary uh, leader introduce major changes, there often uncertainty, resistance, and even fear. However, Narayan addressed these challenges by refocusing transparent communication and encouraging continuous learning. He launched upscaling programs, held regular town halls, and openly discussed the reason behind strategic decision. He also amplifies innovation, inclusion, and collaboration, helping employers see themselves as a part of the transformation rather than victim of it. This approach helped Adobe transition smoothly into one of the most successful subscription based company in the world. It shows that while transformational leadership can be disruptive when combined with empathy and openness, it becomes a powerful driver of sustainable change. Next slide, please. Let's connect this approach to transformational leadership theory as discussed by Parson 1999. Narayan demonstrate all the four models core components. First is inspirational motivation. He inspired employees with compiling vision, changing the world through digital experience. This phrase isn't just marketing, this defined the company's entire mission. Second is idolizing influence. He act the role model by taking collective calculated tricks such as descriptive Adobe's own profitable boxed software system in favor of innovation. Third is intellectual stimulation. He encouraged creative thinking and continuous experimentation. For instance, Adobe Sensei, the company's AI platform, was born out of the culture where innovation and collaboration are highly valued. And the last four, uh, individual consideration. He invests heavily in employer developing through mentorship, leadership training, and internal mobility program, helping people grow as company evolves. Together, these components create a culture of adaptability and long-term engagement. Transformational leadership in Adobe didn't just change what the company sold, it changed how the company think, learn, and lead. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now looking at this through the path goal leadership lenses proposed by House in 1996, Narayan also fit this theory remarkably well. The path goal model suggests that effective leaders clarify goals, remove obstacles, and support their teams in achieving success. Narayan does exactly that. He proved clear strategic decision, for example, driving Adobe's expansion into digital marketing, AI integration, and creative collaboration tool, while also ensuring employees has the tool and anatomy that they need. He used the blend of directive and supportive leadership. Directive when setting company wide innovation goal, and supportive when forecasting the culture of inclusivity and open dialogues. Moreover, this commitment to building philosophical safety where employees feel free to voice idea and take creative risk perfectly aligned with path goal principle of motivation and empowerment. In short, Narayan does not just set the path, he walked it with his team, guiding, motivating, and removing obstacle along the way. Next slide, please. Critical discussion of the theories. In conclusion, Narayan leadership embodies both transformational and path goal principle, demonstrating versatility and contextual awareness. His leadership has shown that in a global, fast evolving digital landscape, success requires more strategic decision. It requires empathy, trust, and continuous adaptability. By merging vision with structured support, Narayan has turned Adobe into an agile, innovative, and people focused organization. His leadership proved that transformation is not just about changing system, it's about inspiring people to believe in the future you are building together. Next, Ambika will analyze Reshma's leadership and her unique contribution to global social change. Yeah.
Thank you, Tanvi. Now I will be talking about Reshma Saujani, truly inspiring figure in the world of technology and social entrepreneurship. Reshma Saujani is the founder and CEO of Girls Who Code, a non-profit organization that works to close the gender gap in technology and computer science. The organization began with a simple yet powerful idea that every girl should have the opportunity to learn to code and feel confident in the tech-driven world. Sojini is born in Chicago to Indian immigrant parents who fled Uganda. Sojini's upbringing played a big role in shaping her values and sense of purpose. She grew up understanding what reliance, courage, and opportunity meant, value that would later become central of her leadership style. Academically, she's extremely accomplished. That means she studied both at Harvard University and Yale Law School. After her studies, she initially pursued a career in law and later entered the world of politics. Although her first political campaign didn't succeed, that experience was transformative. It motivated her to think about how girls, especially those from underrepresented background, are often held back by fear of failure. In 2012, she founded Girls Who Code, what began as a small initiative in New York City has now become a global movement. The organization has reached over 5 million people worldwide, inspiring generation of young women to take up career in technology. Beyond that, she works as a author. Her best-selling books are Brave, Not Perfect. Now let's move on to the next slide, which is about the critical discussion of style. When we look at Sojani's leadership style, that stand out most is her visionary and charismatic nature. She doesn't just lead an organization; she leads a movement. Her famous campaign, Teach Girls Bravery, Not Perfection, reshapes the culture conversation about women in technology. She argues that from a young age, girls are taught to avoid risk and aim perfection, while boys are encouraged to be bold and take chances. This difference, she believes, contributes to the gender gap in fields like computer science, where innovation and experimentation are key. What's powerful? about Sajani's style is her ability to connect emotionally with people. She uses storytelling, authenticity, and empathy to motivate other traits often seen in transformational leaders. She also deeply she also deeply inclusive in her approach. Sojani's leadership is about empowerment. That means not just teaching girls to code, but encourage them to believe in themselves. Now let's move on to the next slide, which is about style analysis, challenges, and criticism. However, even the most inspiring leaders face challenges. For Sojani, one major difficulty has been scalability. As girls who code expand from small community initiative to an international organization, maintaining consistency and measurable impact across different countries became complex. Managing growth while staying true to the original mission required continuous adaptation. Critics have also pointed out that focusing primarily on teaching coding skill might not be enough to address the deeper systematic barriers. But what's notable is Sojani's response to the criticism. Instead of being defensive, she has been proactive. Over time, she has expanded her advocacy beyond coding education to include policy change, parental leave reform, and economic empowerment for women. This evolution demonstrates her ability to lead, adapt, and learn with humility. Now, let's move on to the next slide, which is about her leadership. Like Santanu Narayan's Reshma clearly demonstrates transformational theory. She offers inspirational motivation through accomplishing mission. She also expresses idealized influence, serving as a power role model for millions of young women. Through intellectual simulation, she encourages creativity and problem solving, urging skill to take risk, ask questions, and challenge the status. And the last one is individualized consideration. In um, is evident in how she nurtures mentorship networks, community programs, and personalized support for learners and volunteers. The next theory which we applied was path goal leadership. Another framework that fits Sojani's leadership style is the path goal theory. This theory focuses on how leaders help followers achieve their goals by providing direction, support, and removing obstacles. Sojani's uses a directive approach by creating clear and structured path. At the same time, she demonstrates supportive and participative style. She listens, and she needs the students involve themselves in shaping programs and build environments. Now to the critical discussion of theories. When we critically reflect these theories, it becomes clear that Sajani doesn't fit into one box. While she manages many aspects of transformational and path goal leadership, her motivation isn't rooted in the personal success or organizational growth alone. By combining transformational inspiration, path goal structure, and servant-minded compassion, Reshma presents a modern hybrid model of leadership. Now, Tanya is going to take over.
Thank you, Ambika. Now, here are the comparative analysis. In this slide, we compare both Narayan and Sojani exhibit transformation qualities, yet their contexts differ. Narayan leads to innovation and strategic transformation within a corporate environment, while Sojani's leadership centers on social empowerment and inclusion. Narayan's authentic leadership ensures corporate sustainability, whereas Sojani's servant leadership emphasizes social impact. Together, they illustrate how effective leadership adapts to its environment. Next slide, please. To conclude this, effective international leadership requires a balance of vision, empathy, authenticity, and flexibility. Both leaders prove that there is no single pattern of leadership. Success demands on contextual relevance and the ability to mobilize change responsibly. Transformational leaders like Narayan and Sojani integrate ethical decision making, innovation, and exclusivity, qualities essential in today's interconnected world. Next slide, please. Here are the recommendations. From our analysis, we propose several recommendations for future leaders. Combine transparency and empathy as seen in Narayan and Sojani. Secondly, focus on ethical and inclusive practices to build trust and long term success. Balance innovation with employee well being. Recognize that leadership effectiveness varies by context. Cultivate a transformational mindset, inspiring vision, empowering teams, and lead responsibly. And the last one is to promote diversity and continuous learning as tools for resilience. Next slide, please. Here are the references from where we have taken our material, and that's all for our presentation. Thank you so much.